Well, good evening. Thanks a lot for having me. It's an honor to speak with you. So I'm Tuff, CTO at Brevan Howard Digital, and I'll tell you a little bit about my journey from tinkering with computers when I started at kind of 3 or 4 years old, breaking many along the way, to then where I am today. So I started off with a real passion for technology from a young age, and really wanted to combine, when going to university, my passions around physics, maths, computer science, and psychology. So AI was an emerging field before it became TikTok famous, as it is today, and brought together all those disciplines under one field and degree. So I decided to pursue that and graduated with artificial intelligence degree. There weren't really a lot of jobs back then in AI. It was pretty nascent. And I was looking at different opportunities during undergrad and graduate roles and really kind of was drawn into the financial industry. I was looking for something that was high impact, large scale, compute, data, analytics, and also had huge implications if that were to go wrong. So I was pulled into internships and graduate schemes at UBS and Goldman, and really was thrown into the front office trading experience, sitting alongside the trading desks, building out trade applications, risk applications, and various different ad hoc tooling, whatever the whims of the traders at the time was. And really that fast-paced environment was extremely exciting. It taught me the mechanics of finance. It really helped to set me up in terms of those early years of how to build robust, scalable software and the financial implications if it goes wrong. And it led me then to continue to double down on what different opportunities were available in finance. But after some period of time of working and climbing the corporate ladder, I feel a little disillusioned. I was thinking, there has to be something more. I did this degree in AI, passionate about technology, want to be at the forefront of it. And so serendipity came knocking at my door. One of my early colleagues at UBS, named Vlad, actually reached out and said, hey, I'm starting this new project. We're looking for our first engineers. Would you like to get involved? And I said, look, let's speak to the team, let's meet them and find out a bit more. And this was an extremely compelling vision, something that resonated with me, and probably many of you actually are using today. And it was fee-free international travel card, borderless accounts you can use anywhere in the world. That company is Revolut, and I joined them early on as the first engineer. And that was an exciting, incredible journey, going from a room with no furniture. I didn't even have a laptop for the first 2 weeks. I was just using the co-founders. To then the company it is today is pretty incredible. And early on, so that was in 2014, 2015, I started then looking at other financial innovations and read the Bitcoin white paper. And so when I joined Revolut to see just how easy we were going to make multi-currency accounts, the ability to move between 15, 18, 20 different currencies, I was like, why not do the same thing for cryptocurrencies? Open up a whole new wave of users and really make the interface as seamless and as slick as possible. So in 2015, I put this proposal together and really was pushing, we could build the crypto product. We could be the first regulated business to launch crypto right within the wallet and app. Nick loved the idea, the CEO, and that weekend he signed up for an exchange account and he gave me the credentials and said, hey, go for it. So I started working away, thinking, right, now we have to put words into action. A few weeks later, I get a tap on my shoulder and he just had a conversation with the FCA and we were getting our e-money license to try to get regulated as a payment provider, processor, and holder of client funds. And the regulatory appetite at that time in 2015 was not too large for anything mentioning crypto. Netflix was showing the Silk Road documentary. Everyone was associating it with nefarious activity. And we had to pause. Dan tools say, actually, this is not the right time. Let's come back to it. I was disheartened because I still had strong conviction. I was waxing lyrical about Bitcoin and bored many of my friends and family over the years to come. But fast forward to 2017, what happened? Bitcoin had gone from a few $100s to 1,000. ETH went from a couple of dollars, like 4 to 12. This was January 2017. I said, Nick, now is our time. This is the year when we can make it or break it with crypto. We're going to miss the boat. So again, went on this journey and said, we need to push this. Revolut was obviously focused on payments, banking, and international penetration. Crypto still wasn't a priority for us and for the company. I said, okay, fine. I'll keep doing my day-to-day role. I was lead engineer on the back end. And in my little free time, evenings and weekends, I'll build out this crypto product, right? And so I partnered with head of mobile, he did all the client work, I did the back end. And we literally churned away on this for a number of weeks. And then it took me a number of quarters to convince everyone it wasn't going to blow the company up. So I was on calls with the board, investors, our key partners, card schemes, payment processors. I remember one vividly, I won't mention her name, but you can probably guess who they are. One of the card schemes, the board of the card scheme, and they said, Lewis, why the hell is anyone ever going to use this? This is pointless. Why do you want to put Bitcoin in the Revolut wallet? I said, well, you're clearly not a target market, so maybe we should focus on the actual cohorts here we're targeting. So anyway, we launched that in 2017, Q4. Fortuitous timing. If anyone was following crypto at the time, that was the first big rally and run-up from a few thousand at the beginning of the year to 20,000 at the end of the year. It 10x'd all the KPIs overnight. It was an extremely intense and sleepless few months, making sure the infrastructure didn't fall over, make sure operationally we can handle it. We went from 1,000 KYC users a day to 10 to 15,000 a day. And that's sustained as a new normal then for the company, which is pretty incredible growth in a period of time. And actually, if you look publicly in the news, December of that year was the first month that Revolut was profitable. So that was also kind of a phenomenal achievement. We were doing hundreds of millions in trading volume and very large spreads. And it was the first way that a lot of retail users got into crypto. Click a button, swap through their European currencies very quickly, very easily. That then got me onto the radar of Peter Smith at blockchain.com. If any of you follow the space, blockchain.info and .com, one of the kind of original companies in the space that launched at the same time as Coinbase, and actually launched by the same founders, if anyone follows the history. And really they're focused on a non-custodial wallet and Explorer. So he reached out and I naively thought he just wants to know how I built this product and partnered with institutions, because at the time no bank would touch a crypto company. So I decided to take the call and meet with him. Anyway, we met a couple of times. He asked me a lot about what we built and how we did it and who we partnered with. And then he said, Lewis, are you ready to go all in? And I said, hell yes. I want to follow crypto. This is my passion. I think this is going to revolutionize the financial industry at large. It's not often you get presented with an opportunity that you really think is going to take not just your life, but the lives of people around you on a whole new trajectory. So at the time, I decided Revolut was on a rocket ship. It was time to jump into crypto full-time and surround myself with people that knew a hell of a lot more than I did and really helped to kind of push the space forward for consumers. So I spent 5 years at blockchain.com, leading engineering and becoming CTO there, and building a lot of consumer products, institutional products, and driving huge growth during that time. And if I can reflect on my career, a lot of it is serendipitous. Sure, there is luck involved, but I think a lot of it is around identifying these serendipitous moments and then having a bias towards action, which I think is super important. Everyone gets many opportunities, not everyone is willing to take the risk. I think it's something you should reflect on day to day when you are going through your careers, meeting new people, is where are those opportunities and what risks should I be taking? And I would advise young to take as many risks as you can. You can afford to make mistakes and fail. And so serendipitously, the theme continued. And I was then introduced to Alan Howard, a legend in the finance world, built Brevan Howard, one of the largest hedge funds in the world. And really, he presented me with an interesting opportunity. Do I want to come in early on and help to shape a new digital asset manager that's focused on pushing the institutional space forward in the cryptocurrency industry? So again, I decided to reset the clock for the third time. There was no team, no infrastructure, no code, and started to kind of rebuild. So I started that last year, built out a team, built out a platform, an infrastructure, and I'm focused on now really kind of building the flywheel so that all these crypto products and experiences that are being built for consumers continue to be sustained over time with new capital inflow, which is really important. So none of us know when the next opportunity is going to come knocking. But I think if you're willing to take risks, if you're willing to take a bias towards action, then you can have really phenomenal careers. And I think my final statement is, don't let perfect be enemy of good. It's very easy to get hung up on trying to perfect your skill set, perfect your CV, perfect your project before launch, perfect your idea before you do a startup. But actually, there's no better way to learn than actually doing it. Thank you.